Hey everybody, it's Christopher Small, the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Today, we're going to talk about an easy way to avoid Washington state estate taxes. Before we get to that, though, I want to remind you, if you have any questions about this, if you need help with anything that we're going to discuss today or anything else related to estate planning or probate, you can talk to us over the phone or in person for free by going to estatemeeting.com. Super simple. The calendar pops up. You book the meeting. We talk. estatemeeting.com. Okay, so today's topic, as usual, comes from a discussion that I had with a client. Actually, was a potential client that is now a client, and we were talking about Washington state estate taxes. To give you a very, very brief primer, first of all, we're talking about any property that you own that is in Washington state. If you live in Washington state, this really encompasses most of your bank accounts, your financial accounts, your retirement accounts, and any real estate that you have in Washington state. Okay? The estate tax exemption, the amount that you can own before you have to pay estate taxes, is approximately $2.193 million right now. And once you get over that amount, you have to start paying estate taxes. The first million over that amount is 10%. So you have to pay $100,000 on the first million over 2.193. The second million after that is 14%, 15%, 16%, 17%, 8%. And when you get to, I think, 10 million, it's a flat 20%, everything over 10 million. Okay? So you can compile some rather significant estate tax liabilities if you are successful in your life. And this particular person that I was speaking to had a family business, is what it was. And the business had been very successful over the years, and they had grown very significantly. And this is where you can sort of, it's not too much get in trouble, but if you own a business, if you own a lot of real estate in Washington state, then you can come up against some challenges when it comes to the Washington state estate tax. The reason for this is when this person dies, let's say, for example, you have an estate that's worth $10 million and you're going to owe estate taxes on, everything over that 2.1, let's call it 8. So you're going to owe, probably about $1 million in estate taxes to Washington state. And if this is tied up in a business, like a closed corporation, where there's not stock that you can just sell, if it's tied up in real estate, then you may find yourself having to liquidate or sell off by piecemeal the thing that actually allowed you or sort of gave you the wonderful burden of having to pay estate taxes. And so people are often looking for solutions to that. And then in this case, you also have the additional problem of not being able to just gift a lot of it away, because there are certain gifting strategies that you can employ if you find yourself in this position. However, you can also find yourself not wanting to gift because, for example, let's say people are going to talk about Kobe Bryant forever. Kobe Bryant was worth like $600 million or so. And nobody knows what his estate plan is because it's all private, assuming that there was one. But even with $600 million, a gifting strategy is going to, be an interesting concept because he wants to be able to retain a lot of the cash that he has to be able to pursue new interests and new business ventures and new things, right? And if you do a lot of estate planning, you essentially start to give up significant control over the assets that you move into irrevocable trusts, for example. So that can be a concern. Now, there is, up to a certain point, a solution that is relatively simple and relatively cheap, and so it's like the marrying of two amazing things. And the solution that I'm talking about is called the Irrevocable Life Insurance Trust. And the way it works is quite simple. There's one, by the way, before we even get into it, there's one primary criteria that you have to meet before you can consider this solution at all. you have to qualify, or you have to be able to qualify for life insurance. Okay, that's the main thing. Basically, what you do is you create an irrevocable trust, which is a trust that is outside of your estate. It's a trust that you typically do not have control over. You or the trust. When you create this trust, you can put some money into it, and that trust can purchase a life insurance policy on you. And typically, it's depending on, there are many. It depends here, but one solution is to buy a term policy. It's like a 20-year term policy, and that policy is going to be relatively cheap. Even if it's $1 million or $2 million, it's going to be relatively cheap because it's a term policy. So if you don't die during the term, all that money that you pay for the premiums goes away. So because you're taking that risk, you pay less, and you can essentially purchase via life insurance the cash flow that you need to just pay off these estate tax liabilities if and when they accrue. For pennies on the dollar, you can get $2 million of life insurance and pay, let's say, $200 a month. These are not real facts, folks, so don't take my word for this. And you're paying, essentially $2,500 a year for $2 million worth of coverage. So you would have to pay that term life insurance a long, long, long time to build up enough. Even in 10 years, you're only paying $25K for $2 million. So it's a significant savings. And it does the thing that you want, which is make you liquid when you die. So you can pay off these estate tax liabilities without having to sell your business or sell real estate or do some of the things that you might not want to do, particularly when you have a family company or if you have some sort of legacy play going on where you want to keep these things around for a long time. They're producing income, they're doing these things. Okay, so that's it. Irrevocable, life insurance trust. Okay. Once again, though, if you have more questions on that, you can always you can comment or question below, and you can set up a time to talk to me over the phone or in person for free by going to estatemeeting.com. You can talk to probably anybody else too. They're going to know about this. Any good estate planning attorney will know about it. That's it. Okay. I'm Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning. We do probate. We do it well. Thank you for your time, as always. If you like this, hit the like button. If you're at a place where you can subscribe and you don't want to miss amazing, juicy features like this in the future, hit that subscribe button. And that's it. Thanks again for your time. I know it's valuable. I appreciate you. Have a great night. I'll talk to you again.